Chris, we'll start with you.
Coach, can you talk about Jake McCurry's play on special teams on Saturday and throughout the season?
Yeah, it's been good. He was in there and been in there for a lot of big plays by the unit. He got his battlefield promotion in the Notre Dame game and has not given it up.
Right next to him, John.
Coach, just to follow that up, special teams play in general seems to continue to have an impact. How would you assess all your special teams to this point?
Really good, consistently good. Plus, they made the big play on every phase. Turn for a touchdown, tackles inside the 20, turnovers on the punt, scoring on the kickoff return. And the punt return. Really good, and making the big plays. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Next to Steve.
Jim, can you talk about what you see from Rashawn Gary and how he prepares during the week and also the intensity that he gives you in practice?
It's at the highest level, Steve. His preparation during the week, his intensity in practice, every day. Such a great example for the rest of the players on the team. I want to play like Rashawn Gary. How do I go about that? Study Rashawn, see how he approaches his workouts, his practice, the meetings, and you're going to see it at the highest level. So, yeah, it's a great, position to be in as a coach to say, okay, look at your best player. Look how he prepares. Thought if you may, do like Rashawn. It's makes it pretty good to use him as an example.
Coach, all the way to your left, Larry.
Coach, you talk about the contributions you get from Devin Bush Jr. on the field and how neat it is for you that his father is part of the staff as well.
It's great. The contributions have been great. His play, his work ethic, his leadership, his enthusiasm, all at the highest level. And just as my dad was a coach and Devin's dad's a coach, that's I get sentimental about that. I think that's really cool. I like it when dads and their sons can be together and share something as big as this. And he was his high school coach. They won state championship. Now they're together in college, and both of them, they're both right, equal right. I mean, Devin Bush Sr. is an excellent football coach, and Devin Bush Jr. is an excellent football player. But it's awesome. I get the opportunity to do that with my son Jay. We've had other. Jim McElwain's son is here working too. There's all kind of cool connections like that. That's neat. The Hewletts, played with Rich Hewlett and John Wangler, and see their sons being here, and a lot of examples. We got a lot of examples of that around the building, but yeah, none has more impact on our team than Devin Bush, senior and junior.
In the back, Adam.
Jim, I think yesterday you played 8 reserve offensive linemen. Was this a case of just kind of opportunity for them, or are there that many guys ready for game time play?
Yeah, I mean it was a good opportunity to play the offensive lineman. I mean, I think really the only because you have Jalen Mayfield, who's a true freshman. He's playing all year, so that's good. And then a lot of the sophomore linemen, getting them who redshirted last year now getting their opportunity, and it's nice to see their progress. So, but take the opportunity to get guys in games and get them playing time.
Where would you gauge the progress right now through through 4 games with the offense? I know we've talked a lot about the offensive line this year. Where would you gauge not only the progress of the starters, but of the depth as well?
Very good. I mean, I would give the doing very well. And then also, I mean, we want to improve everywhere, Adam. I mean, every phase of our football, we're still striving for improvement, and want to see gains in all phases, including special teams. Who's they're doing a hey, you could even say they're doing great, and now if we could just block a field goal, or if we could continue to improve. So at every phase of the football, including the offensive line, special teams, we want to defense, everything. We want to keep getting better. We want to be better today than we were yesterday. We want to be better tomorrow than we were today.
All the way to your left, Casey.
Jim, kind of elaborating on that, just talk about Quinn Nordine and how he has done these last few weeks.
Well, he's done good. He's made the field goals, and a couple. Nice to see under, that they were big field goals. One in the SMU game, made it a 3-score game, 46-yard field goal to come back this week, get a 50-yarder. Raises everybody's confidence, and good to see him go out there and bang it, and didn't hesitate in making the call for him to go out and kick it, and then he comes through. It's good,
Thanks, Jim.
And over here to your right, Chris.
Did you consider maybe letting him try the 59-yarder before the half? Any thought on that at all? And what's his range, would you say, where you would feel comfortable letting him kick?
Yeah, with the 4th down, decided to had the 2 options: take the shot, for the end zone, or try the 58, 59-yard field goal. I liked them both, and decided to go with throw the deep ball, max protection, and throw that. And of course, when I came in from halftime, man, maybe I should have let him rip a long field goal. That would also have been the time to do that. So, yeah.
What'd you see in the play to Nico? Looked like he was, yeah.
In front, Nick.
Jim, we knew Donovan was making progress last year, progress again this year. Is this an example now of a guy who's truly confident in what he's doing and his athleticism is sort of taking off with it?
Yeah, he's a great example of just talked about after the game how much work the guys are putting in and how much it's paying off. He's a prime example of that. I mean, just every single day he's working, paying attention. I mean, in meetings, I mean, you can't ask for a better guy to coach. I mean, true gentleman and a lot along the lines of Rashawn, that takes that same approach. His blocking has really been physical and setting a great example. Doing a fabulous job. So is Nico Collins. Both those guys, and it's great example for guys like Oliver Martin and Ronnie Bell and Grant Perry does as well. I mean, those guys are real workers. So it's not a lot of receivers right now, but not very many. But that's also a testament to how hard those guys are working. I mean, that's the same thing in practice. They're getting a lot of reps and they're getting a lot of playing time and they've really gotten themselves in great shape and contributing greatly. So it's small group in terms of numbers, but they're doing a large job.
We see Tariq's off the crutches and has been for a little bit because is he going to see the doctor anytime soon, or do you know anything more on that?
Yeah, he's rehabbing good. His doctor will be coming into town when the Packers play the Lions. I think he's got a scheduled appointment then to take a look at it, and that could have some good news at that point. But things look really good, the way he's progressing.
To your left, Coach Aaron.
Do you have a health update on Chris Evans and then Quiddy Pay came out of the game during the fourth quarter? Is he okay, or was just
No, I don't have an update on Quiddy, and not really one on Chris, because it's you haven't seen him, hasn't practiced, or we haven't done anything on the field yet, so don't know exactly where that's going to be today.
To your left, Larry.
Jim, what do you think are the pluses and minuses of the new redshirt rule, that allows you to keep your redshirt after playing 3 or 4 games?
I think it's all plus. I don't see any minuses.
I think some people are transferring, maybe people are transferring with or without that rule, but kind of unintended consequence of you play some games and then transfer that year and then go play somewhere else. I see downside in that.
Yeah, I don't see any minuses to, anything about the new transfer rule. I think it's good for the players.
Stay in the front here, Cody.
We talk a lot about Zach Gentry's path to this point, but why was he a guy you wanted to pursue in the first place when he was originally committed to Texas?
Because really was looking for another quarterback. We didn't have there wasn't a lot of depth at quarterback when we first got here. So Alex Malzone was already signed by the previous staff, and tried to get on a lot of quarterbacks at that time, and Zach was really the only one that wasn't committed somewhere else. And yeah, there was some interest from other quarterbacks, but his was the most, and he was the best one that we were able to to get, and then not foreseeing that he would be a tight end, but the way he's playing at tight end it's just dramatically good. The blocking this week was, all the tight ends were good. Gentry, McKean, and Eubanks both played extremely well. That's a formidable group now. So it's great to see. Great to see Jake Butt doing so well too. I see him catching balls every week. But yeah, they're really playing well. That group of tight ends, and blocking really well. Yeah, this is. Still want to see improvement, but if we could just. But it's really good. Good tight ends are doing a really good job. Sharon Moore's doing a heck of a job coaching. This has been one of those hires that you're just so proud of that one.
Back right here, Adam.
Jim, do you see any parallels in the way that you're using the freshman class this year? And I'm looking back at 2016, and we saw a handful of guys in 2016 who came out and were like immediate contributors. It looks like that might be the case this year. Do you see any parallels with the 16 class and this year's class in terms of how you're using them, talent, quality?
Yeah, I think there's some comparisons. Aiden Hutchinson's he's playing a really upper class level right now. He's a true freshman. He's doing extremely well. And there's others. You got to look at Christian Turner for the first time this past week. He's really going to be doing well. So the freshmen that are able to play are playing, but I'd say the difference between 2016 and this year is, we knew that in 2016 we had to get young guys playing because there was going to be so much graduation in the senior class that year. So we tried to, really made it a point of emphasis to get as many freshmen as we could playing, because we knew they'd have to be playing the following year. I remember counting it. Now we're up to 15. Now we're up to 17. Now we're up to 20. 22, but I'm not haven't kept track of it, this year. So more of the eye on. I'd like to get some guys some experience playing, but also redshirt them, you know, if we can. You know, with the new rule, having 4 games, you know, really very conscious about that. So I don't know if I answered your question at all on that one. Okay.
Last question here in the front, Nick.
Jim, when Sione was here in 2015, whom you guys used him, you ended up using him more as, you know, he did everything for you guys. Fullback when he played. He was in the backfield, ran routes, everything.
Yeah.
Do you see that future for Ben at some point here? I know you got Chris and Cron and Eden True, but
Yeah.
do you see that transition for him being maybe more dynamic in what you can do with him?
I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, we've already seen it, so, and already seen it work pretty good. So, yeah, that's definitely on the. It's an option every week.